If you thought British politics was already bonkers, buckle up, because what unfolded last night in the House of Commons blew the doors clean off. Angela Rayner, Labour's ferociously combative deputy leader, marched in ready to school Nigel Farage, the newly minted MP and face of Reform UK, on all the reasons his movement was wrong for Britain. What happened next? Parliamentary pandemonium. So wild. Even the Speaker looked like he'd rather be stuck in a lift with Piers Morgan than preside over this mess. Let's rewind. The Commons, supposedly the most dignified debating chamber in the world, was already a pressure cooker thanks to a heated immigration debate. Tensions were higher than London rents. Rayner, never one to shy from a fight, decided this was her moment. She would expose Farage as a dangerous opportunist, someone preying on public anxiety for personal gain. She had her notes, her righteous fury, and the confidence of someone convinced she was about to land a knockout punch. But as she launched her broadside, something extraordinary happened. The entire Reform UK bench transformed, not into a collection of ordinary MPs, but into a pride of lions defending their leader. Suddenly, the chamber was less a debating society and more a gladiatorial arena. One could almost hear the distant echo of Roman crowds baying for blood. Rayner's attack was a classic move, accused Reform of stoking fear, playing on nationalism, and undermining the social fabric. But here's the twist. Her criticisms, rather than wounding, seemed to galvanize Farage and his allies. It was as if she'd handed them the very ammunition they craved. Reform MPs erupted in outrage. Shouts ricocheted across the benches. "You sold out the North for London votes," came one yell. "Don't lecture us on morality," another thundered, referencing Labour's record on grooming gangs. Through it all, Farage stood, unflappable. He wore that trademark grin, the one that says I've been waiting for this moment all my life. When he finally spoke, it was devastatingly simple. Rayner and Labour had abandoned the working class. Reform was now their voice. The chamber exploded again, the speakers gavel pounding desperately, MPs shouting over each other as if Parliament had turned into a Black Friday brawl at Tesco. This wasn't just theatre. It was a window into something deeper, a seismic shift in the political landscape. For years, Farage was the perennial outsider, lobbing grenades from beyond the Westminster walls. Now he was inside, surrounded by a phalanx of allies, unafraid to break every rule in the book. Rayner and Labour tried to fight populism with establishment talking points, but it was like trying to quench a fire with petrol. Every attack only seemed to make Reform stronger, their supporters more vocal, their message more resonant. What Labour failed to grasp was that Reform's MPs weren't just defending a political brand. They were channeling a groundswell of public anger. When one MP accused Labour of selling out the North, it wasn't just a debating tactic. It was a message for millions who feel left behind by the old parties. And here's the masterstroke. While the chamber descended into chaos, Farage remained eerily calm. He used every interruption to his advantage, turning the establishment's outrage into a badge of honor. Clips of the exchange went viral, with Reform MPs hailed online as truth-tellers and Labour painted as out-of-touch elites. The old rules no longer applied. The more the establishment raged, the stronger Reform seemed to become. Could this be the moment the two-party system finally cracks? For decades, voters frustrated with Labour and the Conservatives had nowhere else to go. Now, Reform UK is more than a protest vote. It's a genuine threat to the old order. Rayner's attack was meant to diminish Farage, but instead it handed him the perfect platform to show that Reform could fight and win on the biggest stage. So, is this the birth of a new era in British politics, or just another wild night in Westminster? Only time will tell. But one thing's certain, the days of predictable, polite party squabbles are over. The Commons has become the main event, and the whole country is watching. What do you think? Are we witnessing the start of something big, or just another flash in the pan? Whose side are you on, or are you just here for the spectacle? One thing's for sure, British politics has never been this unmissable. Stay tuned.